and welcome to the Festival of Bharat. This is your host, Divyanshi Sharda. And today, in fact, we have a very special guest joining us on our show. We have with us Shri Khalid Baig ji. And this is a personality who in fact would not be receiving or does not really require much introduction, especially the uproar that he effectuated last week, appearing on the really famous podcast with Shri Abhinav Prakash, the Urban Chatterati. So Mr. Khalid Baig is a social media influencer, a current affairs analyst whose debut 2 weeks back on YouTube has single-handedly challenged all the anti-Indian narratives, as is now taking us and is now a talking point about Bharat across the globe. So Khalid ji, namaste and welcome to our show.
Namaste. Thank you, Divyanshi, for having me.
It's a real honor to have you here with us. We're so happy to bring you.
Very kind of you.
So, Khalid, tell me something. You, in your last appearance on YouTube, spoke about the Indian civilization, also known as the Indic civilization, a very beautiful choice of word that you personally do. And you specifically made the point that the Indic civilization is not getting its due. So, would you like to elaborate on what you exactly insinuated by this?
Sure, Divyanshi. So I want to elaborate on this point. Whatever we read about the Indian civilization usually is through the gaze of the outsider. And if I were to say it in Hindi, कि दूसरों की नजर से अपने आप को बहुत देख लिया. It's important that as a civilization, all the communities that are part of it and whose history is embedded with the fabric of this nation, we now see ourselves through our gaze as well. Sometimes you're looking at through the Western person's gaze, seeking their validation. Sometimes you're looking at through the invader's gaze, right? But never do we see it through our gaze. And the academia and the perceptions, the narratives in the civilizational battles seem to be stacked up against it. And I think that is why average citizens like us felt it's a need to tell the reality and separate it from the propaganda and separate it from the games that nation states play. So if I were to extend on that, is that, usually this negative perception that is there about India and, it doesn't get its due. And as if, we've never had liberal values. And so I would want to elaborate on that, when the West was discovering liberal values after their dark ages, the Indian civilization had it long back. It's there in the soil of this land. And to give you an example for that, in the 1st century AD, just 100 years after the passing away of Holy Jesus Christ, you had the first church in India. So you can see the confluence of ideas and you can see the tolerance 2000 years back. That church is a very well-known heritage site in India. Not only that, that's the 1st century. You go to the 6th century. During the lifetime of the Holy Prophet, the first mosque came up in Kerala, right? And that again shows you the openness of a truly liberal society. Today, in the 20th century, we are talked about these enlightened values of, of accepting new ideas and not negating any idea and seeing the pros and cons and, letting everyone have whatever way of idea of the way they want to see God. And that mosque, in fact, as I speak to you, is currently under renovation. And in a few weeks, you would have the CM of Kerala, inaugurate the newly built thing. And I'm hopeful it will get its place in the national heritage, right? So you're talking about the 6th century. Also interesting, people in the history forget about Raja Dahir, who of Sindh, present day Pakistan and early the part of Indian civilization, gave refuge to the Muslims who were fleeing persecution, post the passing away of the Prophet. And that is the kind of civilization this is. And you look at the 8th to 10th century, if we were to, continue the chronology, you look at the Parsi community, which was fleeing. And of course, today, the smallest minority, the true minority of 70,000 odd, has made us so proud. And you have multi-billionaires from it, and the nation building has been so huge. But that is the refuge India has given them. And today they are inseparable, like Indian Parsi, it's just the same. Also, if you talk about Sikhism, faith which has originated in India, and the great Guru Nanak ji, being a part of this land, and the his chant of Ek Onkar, reverberating across the globe. And the fact that along with Hinduism, along with Jainism, along with Buddhism, along with Sikhism, 4 major world religions have originated in India. So today, when a 3,000, 4,000-year-old civilization is told that it's an intolerant society, I think it's a very big intellectual dishonesty that happens with this land. And there's another interesting thing, and I also came to know about it recently. You have these Siddhi tribes of Africa, and one knows that the kind of inhuman treatment Africans were treated to 200 to 300 years back. It's not that back in era in history, right? And the slave trade. Have you heard of a civilization that they were got as slaves here and then became rulers? And one can Google this up with the Siddhi tribes, right? So when you continue that civilization, when you continue all these major religions, the way they have flourished and the way the civilization has been accepting of it, and everyone has been allowed the different paths to God. So it's the cradle of religious civilization. It's the cradle of liberalism. And today too, you can see that across the length and breadth of India, even though the majority community, 80% is the Hindus, but followed by Muslims, just 20 crores, like 20 crores, not even the population of Bangladesh and Pakistan, in their separate perspectives. And then after that, the Christian community at 5 crores, the Sikh community at 2-3 crores, Buddhist community, atheists, and all that. So I don't know what more liberal society can be there. The Constitution allows you freedom of religion and freedom from religion. So I think to define a world, India as a world, a universe in itself, to make blanket generalizations is not done. It's not fair. And that is the due which I was talking about, that the Indic civilization deserves. And we are the hope of the world. We have been for so many centuries. So people should know about it.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.